To serve is the key to the up. If you serve with your mind, with your heart, the reward may not come. Maybe for months or even years. But God is watching you. Joab is the son of Zurich, David's half sister. Take note of that. So Joab was related to who? David. Blood relation. Now Joab had two brothers. Both of them have roles in the army, which is Abishai and Asahel. Please take note of everything I'm saying. And these brothers of David, they were key position. They were key position. Now, if you were one of the people in the throne of David, will you not fight David? How will you put Joab, the chief of army staff, and your own relations around your throne? The next in command, the next in this one, every one of the people were around you. Or will you not fight Moses? Moses, who put Aaron as the next person to him, the priest, and put the one that was living in, what's the name of that one? Hur. Hur was a son of Moses' sister. What's the name of the sister, Moses' sister? Miriam. It was a son to Moses. Will you not say, hey, Moses, this is our leader. He told his own relation to go to the mountain so that they will not kill them. Not to fight war. They should go to the mountain. Then me should go to the war for so that they can kill us. So you mean we don't have life? David took his own relations to in the key positions. Will you not fight David? David, we know this thing now. You are too much. This one, we revolt. I not go agree you, I not go agree. Strike. Do you know there's strike in the church? People can strike. They won't strike in your presence. They call them parochial committee. Parochial committee. They know where they meet to talk. They will raise parochial committee among them. A gang of social interaction, international, worldwide. They will meet one. They will put the naked mama in the house, among them, the naked daddy among them. When they come out, they are starving, working, but they are not working for themselves. They could be one of the people who are around you, but in the inward part of it, they are the one killing you because they are in the parochial committee. Help me put him down. Who do you think he is? Where do you think he's going now? It's our church. We will remain there. We are not going anywhere. Oh, we are here. They can kick people out, use their mouth, drive people out, but they are still there. They will not go anywhere. Now look at it. I told you about Abishai and Asahel. Abishai often function as a second in command of the army. Now look at Joab, CV. Joab was a wonderful counselor to David. Joab was one of the people who stood by David. He was one of the men that fought for David. He was fighting great war for David and for Israel. He did wonderful jobs. Please, if not for Joab, a lot of war that they fought, it would have been a big problem. Joab weren't fought. He led. Sometimes they would tell David, go and stay. David, you are our father, please. Go and stay. We will go and fight. Can you imagine a man like Joab like that? Go and fight. He will go and fight battle and come back with victories. What a great man. What a great advisor. What a mighty man to David and to Israel. But it will shock you. At the end of David's life, Joab was not one of the 27 mighty men of David. his name was removed as the mighty man of David. Yet he did outstanding success, outstanding great work for David and Israel. Now look at it. The assistant to Joab, they call him armor bearer. The armor bearer. His name was among the mighty men of David, but his own Oga, which is Joab, the name was not there. Why was it? You must be able to understand some few things. Why should such a man of great power, of great usefulness to God, of great usefulness to David, who's supposed to be, his name supposed to be written in the genealogies, was neglected? And eventually the Bible says he died and was killed. David, he was working for God and working for David, but David was crying every day for Joab. David will cry, oh God, this man is too hard for me. Say, Joab is too hard for me. Joab has so much power that if David drive him away, everybody will revoke against what? David. Because everybody knew he actually walked. There are people in your church, you can't drive them. They are in your neck. You can't vomit them. You can't pass them out. You can't swallow them. Joab was like that. David was crying every day. And I don't know whether you are such person in your church, in your pastor's neck. For the fact the pastor did not know does not mean the pastor did not know what is happening. For the fact the pastor did not tell you, he never complained to you, he never rebuked you, does not know that you will not know that you are making him to cry every day. You are in his neck. He will still send you for war. He will still give you assignment. He will still send you go for evangelism. He will still send you go and pastor, go and preach, go and sing, go and do anything. But in his heart, he's crying every day. Oh, Joab, oh God, this man is too hard for me. I can't do without him. But I was what? How for do? How for do? Tell somebody how for do. Tell somebody, hit somebody, say how for do. You don't have anything to do. That was the kind of Joab. Now let me tell you some few things about Joab. One, Joab killed Abner. Abner was the commander of the Israel army under Ishbosheth. David called him to talk peace. He called Abner, come, let's talk peace. Because Abner wanted to reconcile the nation together so that it can be one and submit to David. But Joab used the opportunity to kill him. Kill him. David said, this man that I want to make peace with, why did you kill him? Even though the man was fighting against David, but the man has repented. He was ready to serve under David. Joab felt it was a threat. Then David said, the blood in 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 24, 26 and 27 said, the blood of Asahel, his brother, let it rest upon the head of Joab and all his father's house, and let there be no fail from the house of Joab, one that had an issue, or that is a leper, or that is lame, or a staff, and falleth to the sword and lacketh bread. What happened was that David cursed him. Why? Because he did what was good to him, but it was not good to Paul. It does not matter what is good to you. Please write it down. In ministry, it does not matter what is right, is good, is legit for you. It matters what is right to the man who is in charge. So you have no right to correct who God put onto you to be in charge. Do you know there are some people who can stand on their feet? They want to correct their father. Who are you to correct your father? It does not matter who is right. It does not matter who is correct. Point of correction. Pastor, this is not supposed to be so. You made mistake. You shouldn't have said it this way. This is how you would have said it. Who are you? If I tell you experience I have in this church, and people who have died mysteriously just because they want to correct me, just because they feel I'm not doing it rightly. In fact, some of them were leprous, were crippled, were paralyzed, and they died. Some of them carried sickness and died. You are saying that God says angry with you. He's going to judge you. Please stop. He still went with that fruit. That same day I told him, that was the day he became paralyzed. And then he never walked, he never talked normally until he died. The same day I told him, God told me he's going to judge you, but you should repent. Please, I don't want this thing to happen. This church too young for your position like this. I can give you story. It doesn't matter who is right. Never correct your pastor. You can advise. You can bring suggestion, but never say this thing. So he said to him, this man is sons of Zerush. Now take note of this. Why should Joab be called the son of Zerush? A woman. You can't tell. My mother's name is Rachel. Can you say Ernest the son of Rachel? You will say Ernest the son of Odogba. Am I right? But this one, I don't know why they use the name of a woman to address Joab. The son of what? Sorry, a woman, the mother's name. You can be so used of God, but God did not commit you as a mighty man. You are used and dump. God can use you and dump you, because what you did it by your own personal instinct. What you think was right, what you think was good to you, not because what you think was right to your father, to your pastor, to your leader. Now, number 2, don't forget, Joab also killed Amasa. Let me tell you something. Let me say something. Like, so you can get it in 2 Samuel chapter 20 from verse 9. Can get it there. 2 Samuel 20 from verse 9. Amasa was David's bone and flesh relation. In verse 13 of 2 Samuel chapter 19, verse 13, he said, he was another David's nephew. And he said, he sided with Absalom during the revolt against David and served as Absalom's commander of the army, in effect replacing Joab. But then look at what happened. David wanted that Amasa, who was fighting with Absalom, he is related to David. But David wanted to put Amasa to replace Joab because of the things Joab was doing. So it's like Joab knew that Amasa is a threat to his position. If I allow this Amasa to come, he's related to David, and I know he's a mighty warrior to Absalom. He was one of the commander. If this man coming, it's going to cause a big problem. And moreover, this man, Joab have been thinking that this man that once was fighting against David, how can David now bring him back, reconcile peace, and make him to be a commander of chief? Okay, since this man was against David before, my my boss, now my boss is bringing him back too close to me. Let me do something with him. Let me deal with him. So Joab now killed Amasa. One, Joab was ambitious. He wanted to retain his power. He don't want a rival. He wanted to be in charge. Nobody should take his position. Are you not feeling that way sometimes? Have you not seen places where they remove music director and put on that person there? There will be confusion in the whole choir. Have you never seen things like that? Have you not seen places when they remove somebody from head usher or head security, head choir, head technical, they will revolt? That was Joab's kind of spirit. Because he knew they want to replace him, he went and killed who? I'll make sure I frustrate that person's ministry so that he will not be better than me. They removed me. They removed me and put him. Maybe because they thought I cannot do it. He'll do it. Okay, I will secretly begin to frustrate his ministry, his assignment. That was a Joab kind of spirit. So he was ambitious. He wanted to retain power. He don't want anybody to replace him. Be careful with those acting and pretending to offer you solution. Please look at someone and say, be careful. Those who are pretending, acting to give you solution. Some of those people who are acting to give you solution, they are a killer. They will show concern. I'm just saying my point of view. If we do it this way, it's going to be good. Mark them. Mark them. They are looking for position. They are looking for recognition. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You say, this sister like this church. This sister like this ministry. The way this sister like me. He's the one giving me useful advice. He's the one when he's talk, the voice he will talk. The talk was just cool. He just entered. He even entered me more than Mama's own. I even understand this word. He's a word more than it. Even my rest them. Mark them. Because they could be one of the Joab spirits that are walking around. They think to offer solution. They think to offer help. But they will be the one that will be the ant that will bite you inside. That will shave you off your hair. Joab was very clear in his mind about what was right. Joab know what was right. What was the king's instruction? Don't kill Amasa. Amasa, this is what David wants for Amasa. But he went ahead and do it. He knew what was right and wrong. What he wanted to do to him, attack and oppose him. His own point is that murder was acceptable as long as an enemy to my master. Death was acceptable so long it is affecting my king. But king did not want you to kill him, but he felt it was right for him. Listen to me, it doesn't matter whether it was right to you. It only matters whether it is right to the man who put you in that seat. Point B, disobedience was what is in him. Partial obedience is equal to disobedience. If you are righteous in the whole or disobey at one point, what dethroned Saul? Disobedience. Did Saul commit adultery? Did Saul commit fornication? Answer me. They told him to kill everybody. He said, hey, yes, I kill everybody, but I kill every ram. But I brought ram for sacrifice to my God. God said, did I want sacrifice? I said, kill everybody. Kill everything. Was it not a good thing he was doing? It does not matter whether what your intention was right. Your mind was right. It only matters to who gave you the instruction. The obedient. Obedient. Though Job seems very loyal to David, but did not mean that he obeyed him in everything. When David's instruction disagrees with his own, he takes his own personal decision and disobeys it. When David's intention did not collide acceptable to his own, he disobeys the king. I want to ask women that are here, if what you thought was right, please look at all the women here. If what you thought was right is not what your husband is saying, will you be willing to drop what you think was right and follow your husband's instruction? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Women, it does not matter who was right. It matters who is at your head. Your husband is at the head. It's God who instituted, is the head of the house. You could be right. Yes, you could be 100% right. But it does not matter who was right. It matters who is the head. Please, even if your husband is wrong, follow that wrong decision. If your pastor is wrong, follow what? That wrong decision. After all, you are not the one that put him into that throne. You are not the one that make him to be the head. It is God. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's God. Joab took agreement to Absalom. The famous example was his killing of Absalom, David's son. It was clear. Joab alliance with Absalom. It was clear that David gave instruction, don't kill Absalom. Don't kill Absalom. A man came to tell David, Joab, I saw Absalom about, dangling to die. He said, why did you not kill him? You have struck him at once and killed him. The man told him, say, look, I was there when the king was giving instruction. Even if you give me this house full of silver, I will never disobey the king's order. Don't kill Absalom. He said, but I will have give you money. I will have give you money, position. So I will not do it. I will not disobey you. But then he, because of over familiarity, tell somebody over familiarity. Because you are close to your pastor, it become you used to see the nakedness of your pastor. When he's wearing short knicker, you know it. When he's brushing his teeth, you know it. When he's eating eba, the eba is big. You know it. It become an issue. It become a problem. It become an issue. So, because Joab knew all these things close and was familiar with David, he said, you will not kill him. It is right. We are protecting the king. The man wanted to kill my king. I want to go and kill him. Was it not a good thing? If he was not instructed not to kill him, that's a different thing. But now he was strictly instructed, don't kill. He went there and killed him. A man came to meet David. He said, King David, I saw this your enemy and I killed him. David said, kill this man. He killed him. He said, your blood be against you or your head, because you use your mouth to say, I have killed the Lord's anointed. I killed Saul or whatever. Kill him. He wasn't the one that killed Saul, but he lied. For lying again, he was killed. It says blood be upon him. Did God, even though Saul was against David, it was not David, man of God. David was anointed to kill Goliath, but was not anointed to kill. He have anointed to kill other kings. He has anointed to kill everybody. But he was not anointed to kill who? Saul. He had the opportunity to kill him. He said, I cannot. In fact, he tear his small cloth. He repented. The small cloth he tear. He repented and said, I'm sorry, please. Take the cloth. I mistakenly tear the cloth. I wanted to prove that I had the opportunity. I wanted to prove that I can kill, but I did not kill you. But for my selfish reason, why do I cut the cloth? I'm sorry. David now started repenting. Say, take it. If you have opportunity to kill your king, even though God has forsaken him, even though God has left him, will you not help God to kill your king, your prophet, your music choir director, your leader? Will you not help him? Do it if God will not kill you. A man who said, I did it, even though he not did, he was judged. For you to open your mouth to say, I did it alone, it's enough to judge. Even though you never did it. For you to open your mouth, I did it. That's why I tell some people are moving corpse in church. They use their mouth to kill themselves. They lie. They gossip, they blackmail pastor, they talk about some useless thing they're not supposed to talk about. And God say, I've killed you already, even though you are still walking around. I've killed you already. Thank God for the grace. Grace can bring person back. To the Old Testament, no grace. But here we have grace, we can still have a way around. That's why I'm telling you this, is so that we can come back to the cross. Say, God, here am I. And in heaven. God can help you. Can you say amen? Joab saw others as a threat. Envy and jealousy enter him. Joab seems to know that Absalom was still a serious threat. So he dealt with him and killed him quickly to protect his position. But in the end, it does not matter whose method was better. Joab's method may be better, but it doesn't matter. What matters is what is the instruction that was given to you. It does not matter who was right. It matters who had the authority, who is the father, who is the man in charge. That was what mattered. Joab supported Adonijah. Hey, 2 Kings chapter 1 verse 5. You see it. Joab supported Adonijah because David was old. Why would Joab do this? He had been loyal with David. He had been for years. He fought battle to him. He was nothing before he ran after David. And David became somebody. He has supported David. But now, David was getting old. Why did David not obey instruction of who is going to be next king? David has said Solomon will take over. But Joab thought it is right, it is the position of Adonijah, which is the first son existing, to take over the kingship. But why should David say it's Solomon that will take that small boy? How can that small boy begin to rule us when Adonijah, the first son, is in charge? So he was thinking he was right. Listen to me. It is not the place of a general to decide on who the next king will be. It is the place of that is loyalty that carry out order of his king. He had to carry the order of what? His king. Job did what he thought was best, regardless of his order. This is a form of pride. Job was not the boss. He was not the king. But he took side with Adonijah. A lot of times, his plan and counsel were very good. But he should have submitted himself to the authority. What was his motives? He seemed to protect the king anyway. He seemed to execute those who are David's enemy. But to him, he was disobeying God. And he was disobeying the king. He possibly was thinking that how can Solomon be the king? He knows the history of how David slept with Uriah's wife. And now David said the son of Uriah, the man he committed adultery with, should be the king. Solomon, Joab would have been thinking, how can my king do that kind of a thing? This adulterous child, this illegitimate child. Why should my king say that? He knew how my king failed, how my king committed adultery. He knew the problem between the mother of Solomon. Allowed that. So he took decision by himself to try to protect the throne and what people will say about his own king, and take the decision to side Adonijah. It doesn't matter. Whatever be the reason. He was doing it so that people will not talk against his king. But he was killing his destiny for disobeying
what the king said. It was Solomon. Even though the foundation of Solomon was wrong. It does not matter whether his foundation was wrong. It does not matter whether you like it or not. The king and your father word is the uttermost. Obedient is the key. Not half obedient, complete one. Now, very soon we're going to pray. But I want you to get this straight down into your brain. But, listen to me. Doing the right thing to you, which is wrong to who commissioned you, won't take you anywhere. That is not good enough. Absolute brilliant. Obedient is the thing. Don't take the law into your hand. Submit to authority. Joab was loyal to David, but had a problem submitting his authority at all times. Sometimes it just seemed that Joab was convinced his own idea was better and the king's idea was wrong. Sometimes Joab was thinking, I'm doing it for the interest of my king, interest for my ministry. But he never knew he was killing his life. And the worst thing that happened, at the end of David's life, when they were writing all the mighty men of David, men David recognized, 27 of them, 7 of the mighty men of David, Joab's name was not written among the mighty men of David. Joab's servant was written. Can you imagine now? This man working in this ministry, serving every day and night. Very good. I applaud him. What if he did not do what is right? And eventually, writing the great men of this ministry, they now forget about him and put the one that is next to him. It's so shameful. That was what Joab had. Sit down, please. That was what Joab had. Now, listen to me. Are you the mighty man that could be recorded? If God will write heaven's story in heaven, will your name be recorded as men who created great things? You may have passed through this earth with big ministry. You may have passed this earth with big ministry, big congregation. At the end of the road, they say you have 20 million congregation. You build capacity of church attendance that will carry with glass, with AC, beautiful congregation. And eventually in the heaven, they are looking for your name as mighty men of Jesus. And your name was not among the mighty men. They look at the list. They say, we'll be hearing this man on Kaduna. He has the biggest ministry, has the most fanciful one. He's on radio, he's on this, he's on that. He's a great prophet. He has brought miracle, he has brought deliverance. He's so mighty. He's a wonderful singer. He's a good teacher. He's a good one. He has the biggest church, biggest congregation. And you get to heaven and they are looking at the mighty men of Jesus. And your name is not there. They look to road number 200. They count people in Kaduna and they say, none of this minister that is well recognized in Kaduna, the name is not there as a mighty man of God. Please, it does not matter who is right. It matters who you submit your authority to. The God that called you, the God that appointed you. Let us rise up and pray.